Welcome all to the 20th episode of the STEM Girls Talk Show. And I welcome Dr. Alobalmi Sharaibi. Thank you so much for your participation. We are very happy and glad to have you here. Now I will proceed to read a brief introduction where I will explain the reason why this talk is taking place and what is the project STEM Girls by the H Network. The next slide. Um, Women, as we know, are no less than any men in any field. Over time, we have seen several examples of women excelling in various STEM fields and serving the society for the larger cause. We at the STEM Girls Initiative aims to group the girls with the same kind of inspiration and feel at heart to excel in STEM fields and do their best. This talk show is the platform for the women in STEM to talk to the girls and aspiring to excel in it. We are sure that after hearing from our guests, all our audience will be inspired to reach the stars. During this talk show, we will be conversing with a woman in the field of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. A woman who has made her mark and have now graciously taken the time to tell us about her journey and share with us her wisdom. Now, please, I will ask everybody to keep your microphones mute. And if there is any question, please put it in the chat box. Dr. Mr. Alobalmi Josephine Sharaibi is a senior lecturer at the Department of Botany, Faculty of Science, Lagos State University, Oyo campus. Now, Dr. Alobalmi, may we start with the questions?
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay.
Okay, well, now I will give the word to Deborah, who has some particular questions.
Okay.
Well, I will start with the first question, and then when Deborah gets in, she will continue. The first question is that the first thing that we had like to ask you is to tell us about what your field is and what got you interested in it.
Okay. My field is botany. As you all know, botany deals with plants. Botany deals with nature. Actually, in the first place, I wasn't interested in botany. I wanted to study medicine. But like they used to say that when life give you lemon, you make lemonade out of it. So I'm in the field of botany and my area is ethnobotany. I deal with the use of medicinal plants, in treating diseases. I do my research on identification of medicinal plants to treat human diseases. I'm not interested in botany before. When I was studying it in the University of Ibadan, I was a bit, I didn't really like the course. I wanted to change. But due to mentoring, I have a professor that really mentored me and made me to develop interest. This sparked my interest in botany. So botany is a good course to study. Now we have different areas of botany which is very relevant to human lives. When we're talking about botany, we talk about uh, plant physiology, plant pathology, that is diseases of plants. We have palynology. This one deals with study of fossil plants. Then my area, ethnobotany, deals with the use of plants by man, whether for food or for medicine. So that's my field.
Okay, thank you so much. And now the second question is, what does it mean for you to be a woman in STEM and in your sector in particular?
Oh, to be a woman in STEM is somehow challenging, because if you want to make it in this area, you have to be strong, to be focused. As a woman, there are so many challenges around. That's why you see our male counterpart, they move up easily and quickly than us. My field, botany, because we study plants, you need to go to the field. But as a woman, before I can go to the field, I have to consider my family, the children, their welfare and things like that. Even if you get a grant, there was a time I got a fellowship to travel out, you know for some research. But because of my family, it was difficult for me to move around. Then STEM generally STEM generally are being dominated by men because of their ability, because easily they can move. If they get anything now, they can take their bag and go. But as a woman, it's not easy. You go into the bush, because I study botany. When you take students on field trip, mostly men are the one doing that, because they will say, you, can you go inside the bush, you climb the trees, you want to show the student this particular plant, that particular plant. So it's very very challenging. It's very very challenging. But we will not just relent. We have to move. We are moving, we are struggling, and we are moving. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. That's very inspiring. In the previous episodes of our show, we have hosted several speakers in the fields of STEM. They told us that in their fields, the percentage of male students and professionals is usually higher than the percentage of females. Would
Yes,
you say is the same in your sector?
exactly. Yes, male dominates STEM. Though in botany, we have a bit of ladies coming in now, but before, it used to be male dominated discipline. But now students are ladies are coming. For I think the final year students of my department now, they are mostly females, and I'm so happy. So before, it used to be dominated by male, but now we have so many girls, so many ladies, females coming into the discipline. Yes, yes. So
Okay.
we are trying to balance the equation now. Now,
Mhm.
yeah,
Okay. And what about when you were a student? Have you ever feel peer pressure, especially because you're a woman? And if so, what advice would you give to young women who wish to study a STEM subject?
yeah. Okay. When I was in the university studying this course, we have so many males, and they felt they are the all in all. That is, they know everything, they can do anything. But when they see me as a girl, as a lady, trying to push forward, they'll tell you that no, 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 you can't just do that, you can't do, these ones are the one that make them do. So I've really felt it before, but I didn't allow it to discourage me. I didn't allow that to discourage me. For any girl coming into STEM, they have to be focused. They should not allow anyone to discourage them. Then another thing for them is they can get mentorship is very very important, because when you see someone that have done it before and is able to excel, you too will be encouraged to go into the system, into the discipline. So when they get mentorship, then this mentor, they can, even their schools, secondary school, can organize career talk for them to see the beauty of each course in STEM. So by encouraging them that they should focus on their dreams, they can make it. They have the ability to make it, and they can make it. They can make it. It's not only for men. They can make it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we will pass to the question number 5. I think that Deborah is here. I don't know if she wants to make this question.
Okay.
Um, well, I think that not. Okay, the question number five is how can you encourage girls to be more interested and be at the forefront of STEM?
To encourage girls, like I said the other time, we need to encourage them, to boost their confidence that they can do it. We boost their confidence that they can do it. Then we introduce them to women who are expertise in that area, women who have made it in a particular area of STEM that they want to come into. Then we can also encourage them by career talk, like I said, by career talk, by introducing them to all this career. Then also we tell them that they have opportunities as females. Females, they have opportunities in STEM. Females have opportunity in STEM. So we encourage them not to lose their dream. They should be passionate. They should be passionate to what they want to do. When they are passionate, then they will be able to make it. Then they should cultivate passion. That's like I said, they should cultivate passion for that particular STEM discipline they want to do. And like I said, we introduce them to role models that can encourage them. They have the ability to do it, and they can do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much for your previous responses. And now, Dr. Alabami, since you are an expert in botany, which pertains to plants' life, we have like to ask you some questions specifically related to your field of work.
Okay.
Number one, what are the interesting projects you have worked on that can help us understand how research in botany contributes to solving today's problems, like, for example, malnutrition and other diseases? And do you think women and girls are generally more exposed to this kind of problems?
Yes. My research work, the research work for my PhD is on female infertility. So I carry out some investigation on some plants that can help. Particularly, I work on what they call hyperprolactinemia. Hyperprolactinemia is secretion of excess prolactin by women who are not pregnant and who are not breastfeeding. This hyperprolactinemia is one of the major causes of female infertility. So I carry out survey on plant that can be used. Then I carry out the pharmacological investigations of these plants, and I was able to pin down a particular plant. Though I use animals model, I use rats, laboratory rats, for the experiment. So I was able to pin down a particular plant that can reduce the level of prolactin in the blood. But the only thing is that we have to carry out this investigation on humans too, which we are yet to do. So when we're talking about botany, especially my area, medicinal plant is about plant for diseases. Plant for diseases. And when we're talking about botany too, we get food from plants. So botany is very, very important in the area of nutrition, because we are botanists are the one taking care of plant. We are concerned about the welfare of plant, like I said the other time. We are concerned about the welfare of plant. So you need plant for your nutrition, you need plant to treat diseases. Even all the orthodox medicine, all these orthodox medicines, most of them are from plants. Most of this, yes, most of this drug, the only thing is just that they will just isolate the active principles of this plant and now use them in manufacturing drugs. So plants are very, very important. We cannot deal with life without plants, which because it's for food and for medicine. And like, to say that women are exposed to different kinds of to HIV. They are exposed. They are exposed to different kind of diseases, be it gynecological disorders and all sorts. So women are exposed to this. But, but botany is very, very important in treating all these uh, problems. You know, in solving this problem, botany is very, very important. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor. Well, that let us think a lot about how important science is in every field. And now the next question is, since the explosion of COVID-19, H has been advocating for increased protection of girls and women.
Yes.
What do you think are the biggest risks for girls and women during this difficult time? We would like to hear your opinion on that.
Yes. Thank you very much. You know, during this pandemic, the first problem or the first thing with girls and women is that women and girls are mostly responsible for taking care of ailing family members. If anyone is sick in the family, it's the woman. If she's not the one that is sick, even if she's sick, she tries to, take care of the family. Likewise, the girls. I've heard stories of some girls that drop out of school because the father was sick, and she was the one staying at home to take care of the father. You can see that. Another problem is the economic stress. You know, because of this pandemic, so many businesses have closed down. There's somehow like financial difficulties in the globally, and this one can expose the girls to some behaviour. If her needs are not met at home, because she's a girl, she can go out, and some people will just molest her and use her, at least for her to get some financial freedom. The same thing with women. So economic stress is another thing. Economic and financial stress is another thing. And from the statistics, it has been gathered that male are being affected, they are being affected than female for this pandemic. So many families have lost their fathers and the husband, so to say. So this one puts pressure on the women, because the husband who is the breadwinner, has gone through this pandemic. And the girls, the girls too, this can put pressure on them and can, make them to misbehave. And the another thing that expose the women to this is child delivery. Women get pregnant, we still get pregnant during this pandemic. They will have to go to the hospital for the antenatal and for the child delivery. For children delivery, when they want to deliver the children, their children, they are exposed to hospitals. If all these protocols are not being done properly in the hospitals, they are no they face the risk of contracting this ailment, this virus, due to their frequency of frequent visits to the hospital. The another thing is that, nurses are mostly women. Am I correct? Nurses are mostly women, and they are the one taking care of all the patients. You can imagine. They are mostly women. Nurses are mostly women, and they are the one taking care of COVID-19 patients. So they are exposed. You can see they are at greater risk of contracting this virus by taking care of the patients. So women and girls are exposed. They are more exposed to this pandemic. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor. Um, as we know, women and girls are often more exposed to chronic health issues. Since they are indeed the most affected, do you think that having more women studying botany and working in that field in STEM in general can be beneficial? Or do you think that there are certain jobs that will be fit women better than men, like for example, gynecologists, counselors, among others.
Yeah. Having more women in botany will be beneficial. Like I said, my own area, I tailor my research to gynecological disorders, female infertilities, any diseases, any woman health issue. I tailor my research to that because I'm, my aim is to get some medicinal plants that will not be expensive, that will not be toxic, that women can take easily like food, and all their health issues will be resolved. So having more women in botany like me will help in discovering so many things that can be beneficial to women. So increase women in botany is very very important. Having more women girls studying botany will help alleviate some of these women issues. Thank you.
Okay. Following up the previous question, what about what job and career opportunities are there for girls and women who want to study botany?
Yes, girls and women want to study botany. There are so many opportunities. One, they can be a researcher. Sorry, they can be researchers rather. They can be researchers working in the laboratory to discover so many things, not only drugs, even nutrition, you know even um discovering of new plants in traits, new trait that can, we call it hybrid. So having, so they can be researchers, they can be lecturers or teachers. They can work in the university as tutors, and even in schools, secondary schools. They can be horticulturists, florists. Horticulture is an aspect of botany that deals with ornamental flowers, beautification and all sorts. So they can work there. They can be a palynologist. A palynologist work sorry, they can be palynologists. They work in oil companies. They study fossil plants because this our oil, I got the oil that is petroleum and so on. They are from fossil plant, fossilized plant that have decayed. So they study this. They can be biotechnologists working in the lab to create new products. They can be biotechnologists working in the lab to create new products. So there are so many opportunities in botany. If they study botany, they have so many opportunities. They can be naturalists. I have a student now that after she graduated, she went into natural medicine. She open, natural, so they can be naturalists, and so they can be cosmetologists. I have someone also, after finishing, she just go into all this organic um cosmetics, the use of organic cosmetics, plant-based products for skincare and all sorts. We have so many we have seen some people going into midwifery through botany. They use plant only for their pregnant patients. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor. And now talking a little bit about the past. Was there a particular time when the challenges were so big that you wanted to give up?
Yes, um, that was when I was doing my PhD research. I had to travel, but my baby was very small then, very young. It was about a year plus, and I had to go away for like 6 months. It was so difficult for me to go. It was difficult, very very difficult to leave him because that time I can't take him along. It will not help the work. I was to travel outside the country to carry out research for my PhD. But through God's help, I was able to overcome. Another thing is combining work with research is not easy. It's not very very easy, so you just feel like let me just continue teaching and leave research alone, but that's not it. You won't be able to move forward if you just focus on teaching. So what will be the difference between you and secondary school teacher? You have to carry out research. The research is what distinguishes us from secondary school teachers. So it was difficult because of no facilities. When there are no facilities, talk about light equipment and things like that, and it was like maybe I should go into business, but I was able to overcome. Thank you.
Okay, and the last question is, do you know of any scholarship or support programs for young students offered by your institution or any other institution related to your field?
Yes, for my institution, you know, my Lagos State University, there are no, I can't say there are scholarship. Now the only thing they do is when a student excel and is in the area of first class, I think they give them a scholarship. They give them that scholarship. Even not only in my discipline alone, in Lagos State University, there's that scholarship. They call it scholars, what do you call it? It's scholarship. When you excel, you are the verge of first class. From your 100 level, for that is your first year, they will give the students scholarship. But I know of some international scholarship, especially for girls, for women, and most of dis scholarship or research grant dey always give women advantage. There's a body called Organization for Women in for Women in Science for Developing World, OWSD, Organization for Women in Science for Developing World. Dey give students grants for masters, for PhD, and even for postdoctoral. They give them postdoctoral fellowships. Then there is another one called Laurel Scholarship for Women in Science, also for women in science. There's another body called Graduate Women in Science. No, there's another one called we have so many of them. We have so many of them, and thanks to internet, they can just google internet, they will get so many scholarship in the area of science generally. You get so many scholarship. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for that valuable information. Hope everybody took some notes because these kind of opportunities really make a change in our career path. Now is this the start of the end of this talk show. If no one has any question or comment, I open the microphone. So anybody? Well, thank you so much, everybody, for your party for being here, and Dr. Alavani for giving such an interesting and inspiring talk, and also sharing with us all your experience as a STEM woman. It is very valuable because this information is not like on internet. It's very well that somebody give us such incredible advices, and I am so very happy and glad to be here and have done this interview. I invite girls who are watching this to register at our mentoring program at our website, which I will let in the chat box and also can be found as stem.agenetwork.org. Here in the presentation, here are the focus areas that we talked about before in the introduction. And you don't have to be a STEM girl to join this movement of the STEM Girls Network, of the AGE Network. You can also be a mentor, volunteer, a partner, friend, and a donor, and of course, an ambassador. Here are our social media. You can contact us by email, Facebook, Twitter, and WhatsApp. And if anyone else has anything else to say, I think that this is the end. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We
Yeah.
had an
Please,
amazing
can I?
time with.
Okay. Can I say something?
Yes.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Is
you
there?
can, ma. Yes, you can.
Okay. Okay. Is there a way we can do a sort of collaboration? Because my university, we have this local branch of Organization for Women in Science for the Developing World. Is there anything we
Okay.
can? Yes, in LASU we have our branch in LASU, and one of the members, though I'm a member of the international body too, but we have our local branch in LASU. So is there any way we can, I don't know how to put it, work together to help, because our focus too mostly is on women, on girls. We work for girls and things like that. So is there anything we can do together? DM.
Yes, yes,
I think that they are
yes,
having
ma. That
trouble
we
with their
can really
network.
do that.
Yes, she said. Hello.
I think that they are having trouble with their network.
Yeah. Yes, yes, the network problem. Okay, I'll still contact her. I'll talk to her.
Yes,
Thanks so
thank you so
much.
much.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day. It was a
Yeah.
pleasure.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.